I wanted to hear a little bit more about the name hostage tape too.
Yeah. So hostage tape in particular was a culmination of a bunch of things. So when I was mouth taping, when I first discovered it, so the backtrack to go to the beginning of it was I had discovered an article online, and I'm pretty sure it was James Nestor. James Nestor had written, the book Breathe, this bestseller book. That if you haven't read this book, you got to read this book.
It's on my list.
It's on mine
absolutely.
Yeah, I need to. Do you know if it's on audiobook? Does it have Audible?
I don't know.
I
would imagine it is. I mean, it's a bestseller, so I'm sure it is.
Which one is it, Eli? I think that one's it.
Which one?
To the far down and right.
This one right here?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think that's his house. Or, oh, man.
It's not.
It's been so long. Anyway, but please continue.
Yeah. So I discovered that, and when I read that article, and it said mouth breathing was the issue, I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me that because I'm breathing through my mouth when I sleep, that's the issue? How am I? I've been an athlete my whole life, right? I'm now in my 40s. How did I never ever hear about this? Because I think here in Western
mouth
culture,
breathing is the issue for what? Did it expand beyond that sentence? I mean, what does that mean?
Well, so in the article, when you read the book about James Nestor that he wrote, he actually did an experiment. So he went into the Stanford Medical Center, and the experiment that they did was a 30-day experiment where they plugged their noses. So him and another guy, some famous guy from the Netherlands. So he went in, plugged their nose for 30 days to see what would happen.
So they only breathe through their mouth for 30 days.
Only breathe through their mouth.
Okay.
Right. And they did it at Stanford Medical Center, so a legitimate place.
Sure.
So there were doctors there who were measuring everything that they were experiencing, as well as just anecdotally what they were experiencing.
Sure.
And they stopped 10 days in. 10 days in, they stopped the experiment because they were snoring so bad, they developed sleep apnea, and their blood toxicity got to deadly levels, right?
I read this.
Yes.
I heard they also showed signs of early type 2 diabetes.
I think so.
10 days.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I remember this study.
It got so bad that they stopped after 10 days, and then to really jumpstart back into improving themselves, then they would mouth tape at night and then only breathe through their nose, and they literally solved it, and they got healthy again within a few days. So it just goes to show you, look, one of the biggest things that people will say, people who will look at us, anybody that mouth tapes, they'll say, where are all the studies at?
Sure.
I don't know why there aren't more studies. There are some. There are definitely a lot of studies out there that you can find, and there's one that we actually, it's on our website somewhere. But there are plenty of studies that actually show you, oh yeah, they took a group of people and that had mild sleep apnea, and they mouth taped, and they showed that, yeah, this actually does work, and it improves their sleep scientifically. But I think more importantly, it's how do you ignore the millions of people who've actually done it, who've mouth taped, and they're like, this changed my life.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So if anything, you look at this and go, this is a non-intrusive way to change your life. Just try it. It's not dangerous. That's the other kind of weird thing.
Oh, people are freaked out by
People
it.
freak out about it.
I would never do that. I could never. Connor Patterson.
Yeah.
I could never do that. Why?
They have.
I don't want to die, man. I'm like, what do you
yeah.
think that thing on your face is for? You're supposed to breathe through your nose, man. It's there for that reason.
They have this notion that you're going to tape your mouth and you're just not going to wake up.
Someone's going to come up and just plug your nose.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What am I going to do? I'm like, what are you going to do? I mean, if worst case scenario, you could always do that.
Right. Well, I think, again, it comes back to what we don't in Western society. We just don't know and don't understand our nose and our mouth. We don't learn that.
It's not just there to hold glasses, man. Your nose has a really good anatomical function.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, as somebody who I have worn hostage tape every night for the last 2 months now.
Yeah.
I haven't missed a single night. And I can personally attest to the fact, and look, I know that it affects my circadian rhythm. I know that I'm sleeping deeper. I am dreaming all of a sudden.
Yes.
Like weird things changed within days of doing this. I have probably had a dream at least every other night that I've remembered the next day since I started doing that.
Yeah.
Other stuff, like I don't wake up in the middle of the night to pee. Almost
Yeah.
never.
Wow.
That was a regular routine thing for me.
Yep.
Almost always. I'll wake up in the morning. I got to go so bad because I've been sleeping all throughout the night.
Yeah.
It's weird. And
That's just it. You have to try it. A lot of times you have to just try it out and see how you feel.
Mhm.
And for a lot of people, that's how they get turned. Is they go, holy shit! If you look at our reviews, there's tons of people who say, I was a huge skeptic. I thought this was bullshit, and I tried it. Holy shit! This changed my life.